Hi guys, welcome back. You're with Amira and this is Psychic Readings Live. I'm going to do a Taroscope focusing on the energies for May, coming off the new moon in Taurus. If you haven't seen my horoscopes, have a look at the posts or the community page on my YouTube channel or join my newsletter, which is on my website, AMIRA'S, and you will get your horoscopes and other information on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis. Yeah, I don't bombard you with too many things, but any announcements or any special offers or anything that's coming up, you will get advised about. So let's have a look at some horoscopes to start with. We'll go into each astro sign starting from Aries through to Pisces, and we'll also do the pre-orders. Any pre-orders that come through before the live, I do them live. We'll do the pre-orders and then we'll go into the super chats. If you'd like to put your super chat question in, you can also donate directly on my website through Cash App or Venmo or PayPal on AMIRA'S or Wise under the donation link. Or you can book your own private session, personal session. Each donation is $5 per topic and per question. Hi Venusian, how are you, my dear? Welcome. So thank you all for joining. I truly appreciate it, and thanks for the likes on arrival. I appreciate that as well. And we're going to get going with the May energies. Coming into the new moon shortly, we're going to come up to the new moon. It's actually a really nice month, May. It's got a really nice astrological energy. We've got the nice abundant and prosperous Venusian type of new moon in Taurus coming up very, very soon. So that'll be, you know, spraying its energy out for us through the month of May, moving into May. And we'll see if we've got some messages, downloads from spirit, messages. If you'd like to connect with somebody on the other side, I'm more than happy to do that for you also in the live. Mediumship, psychic messages, channeled messages, any juicy questions are appreciated. I like a juicy question to get a juicy answer for you. So let's have a look at each astro sign individually, moving forward. Do a shout out also where you're from, a like on arrival. If you're new, do a shout out where you're from, and anything you'd like to know, just put a question in. All right, so let's have a look. Cards, depending on what spirit asks me. Okay, you've been contemplating something, Aries. Year for you, you're getting your, you know, we've had your birth. Anytime you have a birthday, it's like a rebirth. Taurus sun moon rising and Venus. Happy birthday, Taurus. Okay, competition, energy, sexual energy, attraction, feeling like you're going into battle, but you might be feeling like you're winning the battle, you're coming out strong, you're showing your best, putting your best foot forward, putting your bets in a row is what I'm getting as well, betting on something, winning something, coming out on top. You might feel like right now you're struggling, but I feel like you're coming out on top. I'm going to do another card for you, Taurus. What is that about? Yes, so it could be to do with a new project that you have. It could be to do with a new hobby. It could be winning a bid on something, a tender. It could be winning a competition, getting some sort of beneficial payout or thing coming back to you, maybe from an insurance claim, maybe from the government, maybe a tax rebate. Could be also winning a lottery prize or something like that. It could be also launching a business, something that where you're going to make money. You've been studying the terrain of the different elements here to do with the competition, and you are setting your sights on winning, and I do feel that you will win, Taurus, so that's great. Okay, Gemini, sun, moon, rising and Venus. Gemini, you're feeling like you're packing up and moving away from something. That waterfall is jumping out at me, and I do feel like you're looking at beauty and you're looking at something on the horizon that is beautiful. You've got the stars are jumping out, the moon's jumping out, the waters jumping out. You're kind of letting things go with the flow. You might have turned your back on a situation that you're no longer interested in, and you're moving forward into a new dynamic that is creating some peace and harmony in your life. And some of you might be doing astrology or stargazing or doing astronomy. The stars are really jumping out at me here. So I feel like you're setting your sights on something new. You're setting your sights on maybe new horizons, new ventures, and new projects. Let's have a look what else we've got for Gemini. Okay. This card often reminds me of Europe. It reminds me of something very fertile. It reminds me of vineyards. You've got the Taurus element here as well. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be a new man coming into your life. It could be moving towards a new man in your life. It could be moving towards something more traditional, something more stable, something to do with finances and stability and money, something where your money can grow, something where you find is a good investment. So you've got a good investment here, a good investment you're moving towards. Could be a person, it could be a financial situation or something that you're looking at. It could be property and housing as well, but it's a good investment. Okay, now let's have a look at Cancer. I might do a little reshuffle. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Let's have a look at Cancer. Anyone wanting to do a super chat can get those in. Cancer. Taroscopes for May. Cancer. Okay, the devil's in the details. All right, Cancer, you feel potentially trapped in a situation you may not be able to get out of. It could be a lease, it could be a contract, it could be a marriage, it could be also a work contract or something like that. You feel like you're sitting and waiting for something to shift and change. The fire's jumping out at me, and also the wings here of the devil are jumping out at me as well. There's a red fire here burning. So I feel like you could be burning through something. You could be sitting in a waiting game. You could be sitting something out that you know is going to pass, but you're not sure exactly when it's going to pass. You might be sitting out just an uncomfortable situation that you've been in for a while. It could be to do with the death of somebody. It could be somebody that's sick or ill. It could be to do with, what is it to do with, Cancer? It could be to do with a person that you've been waiting for. It could be to do with a proposal that you've been waiting for, or an offer that you've been waiting for, a new horizon opening up. See, the energy of these cards are completely different. You've got the mountains there in the background, the streams and rivers in the background as well. So you're waiting for a shift in the landscape to happen, and it may not be happening soon enough. The coins are jumping out to me on this page of rods here on the cap. And it could be a new start in the right direction for financial freedom is what I'm getting through that, Cancer. So that's good. Okay, let's have a look at Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Okay, the first thing I'm getting is wishes coming true to do with finances, to do with abundance, to do with pregnancy for some of you who'd like to get pregnant, to do with sitting in a very good position or situation. Some of you might be getting that pay rise that you've been wanting, that promotion that you've been wanting, that job offer. Some of you are going to hit a very high number. So it could be a number of followers, it could be a number of suitors, it could be that you've saved up enough money now to get what you want. It could be that you've got the deposit for the house that you're wanting to purchase. I feel like you're going to get your numbers coming up, Leo. And it's been sitting and waiting here for you for some time. The Venus sign is coming out for me on the shoulder there, in the heart. It could also be a heart-related matter. Yeah, something heart-related, and also something abundance related as well. So sitting in your own happiness and your own environment that's going to make you happy. That's what I've got for you, Leo. What else have we got? What's Leo moving into Virgo? Okay, Virgo, you could be stressed out about a situation, sleepless nights. You might have anxiety. What's anxiety about, Virgo? What's going on? Some of you might have stage fright. I just had the jumping, this curtain call. This curtain jumping out at me. Some of you might have anxiety about a presentation that you have to make, or an exam that you have to take, or some sort of debut that you're making. You might be going to an interview or getting tested in something as well. It could be to do with an exam that you're taking, or something to do with like if you're going on a teacher's interview, they're going to put you through hurdles to jump over and presentations to make. The outcome of this, Virgo, is excellent. So you've got fortune on your side. You're going to pass this with flying colors, and there's nothing to worry about. Even though you're stressed out about it, Virgo, there's nothing to worry about. So you will get through this. Okay, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Here we go, Libra, Queen of Swords, that's you. Feeling very clear about a new idea, a new situation that you're in, having very detached thoughts about a situation, feeling like you're very calm in the eye of the storm. If there's something going on around you, you feel like you have everything that you are thinking about, hoping and dreaming about is kind of whizzing around you, but you're sort of staying very in the calm of the storm. You've got very good ideas about legal matters. You've got very good ideas about contracts. You know you're going in the right direction, and you're just keeping on pushing forward, Libra. So that's a good one for you. Okay, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Okay, indecision, Scorpio, feeling like you can't really see the light. You're not seeing something that's being shown to you. You're getting confused about a situation. You might have more clarity around the new moon that's coming up in Taurus. You might be feeling like you've got your ducks in a row, but you're not actually seeing the outcome of a situation. It's like, should I go this way? Should I go that way? But both ways are actually a good way to go. I feel both ways are going to lead you to the outcome of the situation. Both ways are going to lead you to feeling blessed. I'm also getting the word disrobing. So you might be taking off something. You might be releasing something as well, Scorpio. Could be to do with a health situation. So either way you're going to go with this, either way that you're going to cut this, it's going to lead to a good health situation and strength and equilibrium. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, you've got an offer coming in. It could be an offer from far away over the seas or at a distant shore. It could be an offer from a nice male who is born under the sign of Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. An offer of a man who has something. He's very quiet. He might have something for you that you weren't expecting. And he might be helping you in a certain way move forward in your career, success, endeavors, anything to do with overseas concerns, income from foreign shores, import, export, online businesses, etc. So you've got an offer here coming forward. Could be also a love offer as well. Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Capricorn, you look like you're looking into a relationship situation. You might be tying the knot. You might be getting married, engaged, moving in with someone. You might be buying a house or a home. You could be reaping the rewards of very good investments to do with property, whether it's leasing, renting or buying and selling property. You might be looking at a situation that involves a move. You could be moving in with a partner or joining forces with a partner. and it's looking very good. Some of you might be organizing a wedding as well, Capricorn, moving forward over the next few months. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What do we got for Aquarius? Okay, new ideas, new dreams, new decisions, pointing your sword in a new direction, Aquarius. You might be feeling like, in some way, you might be feeling like you're kind of doing this alone, or you're out in the cold, you're doing this alone. You might be feeling like you don't have any support, but it could be something that is new, groundbreaking. Entrepreneuring is what I'm getting as well, something that hasn't been done before, so people haven't been able to see the results yet, but the outcome of this is going to be an epiphany, an awareness, an awakening, and something that you're going to really enjoy doing. Okay, let's have a look at Pisces. What do we got for Pisces? Oh, Pisces, you've got the Two of Cups. So Pisces, we're looking at joining forces, we're looking at partnership, we're looking at love, relationship, harmony. The lines jumping out at me, the wings are jumping out at me as well. It could be with a Leo or somebody with strong Leo. Could also be with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon or Rising. Looks like two heads are better than one. You're joining forces and maybe getting married, engaged. I've also got the cross here lighting up for you. So it could be a church wedding or something to do with a Christian association. You might be getting, somebody might be getting baptized, or could be a child getting baptized as well. But joining forces and feeling like you're linking in with this higher realm or higher person, or linking in with spirit. Also, the snakes are jumping out at me, and that is a symbol of medicine here. So some of you might be getting the right help, whether it's with a mental health expert, whether it's with a health practitioner of some description, whether they're naturalistic health or physical, or mainstream health. You could be getting the help that you need with the right partnership health-wise as well. And you could actually be in a healing pattern with a partner, if you're with this person, or bringing somebody into your life who has a healing nature is what I'm getting for you, Pisces. So that's very nice. Healing energy coming in around you. Excellent. All right. Okay. So the super chats are open, everybody. If you do want a super chat, I think somebody did put a super chat in. I think that was you, Venusian. Okay. Put a super chat into my Cash App. Thank you so much. You recently filed for sole legal and physical custody of Des and got temporary custody court on May 13th and May 15th for both fathers. Okay. Will I finally have momentum? Okay. Well, I feel like with that, yeah, that just jumped out again. With that Queen of Swords, I feel like, yes, you've got momentum. I didn't realize she had two fathers. So she had like an adopted type of father, or a different father as well as the other father. Let's have a look. Custody court on May. Custody. Oh, the one is for your son. Okay. But your son is over 18, isn't he? Or is it to get back payments for? Okay. Is it for back government payments or something like that? Considering the father's son hasn't contributed. In the right way. Okay, that's good. Well, I'm seeing a lump sum here coming out at the end of it. Patience will pay off, feeling like you're taking the right action here. And I feel like this judge around you, or whoever's in charge at the courts, is going to at least rule it for one, if not two. The one for your son might take longer, but I feel the one for Des, the second one for Des might actually come quicker. Yeah, I feel it'll come quicker. Yeah, I didn't know that there was a single mother's pension in US, but that would work instead of having to deal with all of these paternity battles. I feel like you're going to come out of it on top, Megs. Yeah, Venusian, you're going to come out of it on top with the moon and the Ace of Pentacles. So you've been putting this off, moving forward with this idea, but I feel like it's actually going to pay off. Yeah, you've been toying and trying to work it out for quite some time, and this could be actually the best thing, the best move forward. Yeah, the best move forward for this situation. Okay, let's have a look at Sun custody. Yes. And daughter custody. The father might not even respond to Des's custody. They might not even respond. So I feel like that's going to go down like the hammer's going to go down. That's what I'm seeing. The hammer going down. Yeah. So all the best with that, Megs. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's going to show up either. Oh. It's come to humour. Yeah, well, if you go, yeah, he might, if he does show up, he might decide at the last minute. That's why the pendulum isn't moving. But I think it's a good idea to pursue it. Yeah, definitely. What about the other one? Is the other one in Phoenix, or is it in Yuma as well? Okay, I forgot to do a super chat. I'm going to do pre-order, sorry. I'm going to do a pre-order for Shartha in the UK, Aquarius. And what do you see with B's next move towards you? Okay, I did have a look at your chart. And if you did want a husband and not a complicated relationship, in a sense, you'll have to go for somebody older. You've got like energy of a husband material being older. So I don't know what the problem is with this B who's been in and out. I don't know what the issue is with him, but if he's married or he just doesn't want to marry you, I mean, you have to look at the reality for what it is. Or you just enjoy having this type of relationship with him, this on and off or uncertainty. Okay, you have to look at what your motives are in being there. Okay, what do you see B's next move? B's next move. I do feel like he'll come back around. Yeah, I do feel like he'll come back around if you allow him to. What is B's next move? Yeah, he might try to charm you again. He's going to look for friendship and he likes to be in control. So it's about you taking your power and control back. There could be some sort of sex addiction with this person. There could be some sort of kinkiness with him in some capacity as well, is what I'm getting. I see he kind of sees you as being his property in some way, or he owns you, even though you might not be together. He wants his cake and to eat it too. He wants friends with benefits, freedom, and also friendship. Yeah. If you wanted to ask another question about anyone else moving in, moving in, that's a slip. So you could have somebody moving in or coming into your life, or potential marriage partners, etc. You're welcome to put forward another question with another pre-order. Would be fantastic. And we can look more into that. But I do feel like he'll try to come back and charm you with gifts, with, dates, with seeing you, or whatever it is that he brings to the table. Whatever he brings to the table, he's most likely going to come back in with that as well. Okay? Whatever his MO is, usually to hook you back in. All right. Okay, thank you for that. Is the other one in Phoenix, Venusian, or is it in Yuma as well? Hi, Amy. It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense, Amy. Thank you for the 10. What do I need to know currently? Okay, what do you need to know currently? Oh, virtual. Okay, so that's the father of the son. Okay. So he might not show up as well, but I think the courts are tired of him. I think they're sick of him. He's taking the court's time, He's taking up too much of the court's time. You could actually mention that to them. Are they keeping track of him? Oh, good. He's not going to be accountable. He's going to be barely there. Yeah, barely there. Sorry, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Yeah, he's just a joke. All right, Amy, don't make sense, Amy. Blonde female, that could be you. That could be you. What do you need to know currently? That could be you. Was there any area that you wanted to look at? Okay, we've got a fair male here as well. Somebody lighter than darker for their cultural background. That could be you if you're a male. I don't know if you're male or female. We've got new prospects opening up on the job horizon, career horizon. Somebody coming out of the blue, kind of like linking you up with a new pathway to do with your work or career. So you could get a new job, pay rise, promotion, or position, or something could come up with you in a luck situation, destined situation to do with work or career matters. Other than that, if it's not that, then you could meet somebody at work that you're destined to meet, and it could be the blonde female or the fair male. You feel like time's ticking, and you've learnt your lessons, the spiritual growth. Time's ticking, and you put a time frame on maybe the past person, the past fair male. But I feel like this fair male is somebody coming in, maybe another one. So if it's not, the past person, I feel if it was the past person, we'd get a past card here with this person. So I feel like this person is maybe somebody new, and you could meet this new person at work. Oh, you created a new account. Okay. There was another girl here the other day who sounded like she had the same story as you did. I don't know if that was you as well. Looks to, yeah, you might meet another guy at work. You always seem to meet guys at work. So I feel like you could actually meet somebody new. So that's good. Or you're going to get a career track success. Something's coming up in the track, in the career track. So I feel like everything I've said is on point for you, Cicely. Yeah, definitely. Tracking things along in your career, getting a promotion, pay rise, advancement, new fair male coming in. I feel like, you know, the old one, if it was meant to be old, it's gone. Had a girl here last time we did a live, and it sounded like your story, but I don't know if it was you or not. Her name was Mima. Yeah, those guys are always crazy about you at work. Exactly. Yeah. So it could be somebody else coming into the workplace, a new role. What do we need to know for Cicely about this new position, role, etc.? What do we need to know about Cicely, about the new position, role, etc.? I feel like the Italian's gone. Yeah. Italian's gone. Yeah. Just wanted passion, open relationship. So you're kind of sick of these guys at work. You feel like you've done it. Like you're sick of these guys just wanting to have some sort of open thing at work. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be, you're not going to repeat all of that. Yeah, there's a revamp going on with you. You're going to change your hair, or you're going to change the way you look, your dress, could be your body in some way. You're going to revamp your wardrobe. Oh, the Italian is trying to get close, but he's still with somebody else in Italy. Yeah. So you're sick of, you're sick of them all. You're sick of them all. And these guys take up your time and energy when you could be focusing on a husband, unless they're sugar daddies and they're just going to, bankroll you, which Italians are not that generous, to be honest. Yeah, Italians are not that generous unless they're going to bankroll your whole life. Oh, you're changing your hair this weekend. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. No, I wouldn't take any Italians seriously. They love having affairs. Especially unless they're talking marriage, children, settling down, etc. If they're still tied up with somebody in another country, then no, absolutely not. Okay. Anyone else for a super chat? Thanks, Cicely. Yeah. Do you know who Mima is? Was that you as well? Somebody with a very similar story. I always remember people's stories, but I just, sometimes the names are confusing. How is everyone? Hi, Michi. How are you, my dear? Hi, Michi. How was your trip, Cicely, to Africa? How was your trip? Did anything big happen there? Oh, probably your energy. She said she was going to take her son to her home country, and there were some guys, there were a few guys around her. Yeah, so similar energy. But she didn't specify what her home country was, but I thought it might have been you trying to keep a low profile. Oh, you didn't go yet? Yeah, I had a feeling you hadn't gone, because she said that she was going soon, and I thought it might have been you that you put it off or something. That's really strange. I think it was Mina or Mima. Does anyone remember that question? Oh, the ticket's expensive. Yeah. And you have to carry your baby with you and put him on your knee. That's really a lot, you know. It's a lot to do. Get the Italian to pay for your ticket, business class, and take your baby with you. Okay. Okay, Michi, how are you, my love? What's hidden? Who was the blonde with the boots, Michi? Do you know who it is? I'm getting Sarah, Sasha, Serendipity, Sabrina. Yeah, I think on the holidays, Cicely, the holidays, sometimes the tickets can just be too high. So whether it's Christmas, New Year, which I think you were looking at, or Easter, yeah, a lot of people just travel over the holidays. So that's often why it's best to go off season. Okay, King of Pentacles. Or maybe it's just the airfares recently are higher because of the cost of fuel or something. What's hidden for Michi? Does she live? I feel like this girl might live in your building, Michi. She's in and out. I feel like she might live in your building. So you might have seen her, or you may see her coming in, but I don't know what she wants exactly. Maybe she just wants a friend. She wants friends. Okay, what's hidden for Michi? What's hidden? Okay, we've got the Capricorn or Taurus, Virgo element coming up here. There is a man here with money popping up. He could be older than you. He could be, yeah, more mature, older, and quite well off. I'm getting the word scapegoat, so just be careful somebody doesn't use you as a scapegoat. And you are looking at getting out of there still. Still you're looking at going. You've got a little bit of resistance from whatever it is around you to leave or to go. So it might be a lot to move or something like that. I don't know. Could be financial. Okay. There is a new contract coming in for you though. And you've got money here, Michi. Money's going to turn around for the best. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So you might have been worried about money, but things are turning around. You could also meet somebody for valid relationship. as in a marriage, valid relationship. Yeah, could be somebody older and wiser, the Hierophant. Somebody, I don't know, it could even be somebody very well educated or who studied a lot or is a professor, is what I'm getting. Okay. Cicely says, actually, the Italian guy gave me 3 weeks vacation. People from my work did not like it. Oh, well, so what? He wants to spend time with your son. The Italian guy does. Okay. And that's why you're not social with people. Hidden agendas, Mitch. Yeah, exactly. You know, you'd be better off just looking for a husband, I think. And just don't worry about any of these others. These randoms, I think I'd like to call them, floating around. Yeah. You might meet him through college or work, like once you get graduated, college or work experience, college. Welcome. Yeah, I feel like he's sort of on the same page as you. I feel like this guy is more of a in-person person. Thanks, Pisces Moon. Put your question in. New moon reading for you. Okay. Yeah, Mitch, I feel like the best way to meet this future person is in person for you, because they're going to get your energy and they're going to understand your energy more in person. Yeah. You're scaring people away with your resting bitch face. I think if you're in a zone of studying or work experience, something like that, training, nurse training or nurse practitioning or something like that, you're going to meet somebody in the field. Yeah, in the field. It's a good way to meet someone. New moon, reading for Pisces moon. Okay, Pisces moon, you just have a flipping card. You feel like there's been a lot of losses, or you feel like there's been a lot of time lost. You feel like a lot of stuff has got kind of water under the bridge. There's been a lot of water under the bridge. Not crying over spilt milk so much, but water under the bridge. Moving forward, what's in it for Pisces moon? Okay. Change is in the air. Lots of things still up in the air though, things intangible, things that you can't quite grasp, a lot of ideas, a lot of vague offers, a lot of vague suggestions, etc. You are going to be following an inner light. An inner light is going to guide you in the right direction here towards something. Why do I get mountains again? I know I got Colorado for you before, and you're going, and I can understand. It's like Colorado's like weird, you know, it's like way out, weird place from where you've been. But it could be somewhere near mountains. It could be North or South Carolina. It could be some sort of mountainous place, but there's also water here too. It'd be nice for you to live near water, being a Pisces moon. Near the sea or near a lake, upstate New York even, something like that, somewhere, you know, near the sea or near a lake. You're going back over memories, childhood memories, child situations, going back over old ground. There is a shift though of something fortunate opening up for you. I'm getting a G initial for you coming in. I don't know if it's a person, somebody interesting for you. G, like Gerard, Gary, Jeffrey, G or a J sounding name. Oh, there's Mima. Hi Mima, how are you? Welcome back. Cicely came in today. Thought you were Cicely. Okay. Pisces moon, what else have we got? Romance. Okay, so this G or J could have a romantic connection, stability and security. And you're thinking like where to go next. It's either like towards the sea or towards the mountains. I'm getting like landscapes, nature, and you trying to get some sort of information about different locations, different situations, etc., messages, news. So I do feel like there is an imminent selection coming up of a choice of and a plan, but you haven't, it hasn't kind of been concrete, been put into concrete yet. Yep. There's Mima there. Hello Sungaya, how are you? Happy Thursday to you as well. Welcome to put your super chats in. Yellow would be great on your nails. Oh, thank you. I've never had yellow before. I used to like greens and blues. I'm giving my nails a rest at the moment. I've only got the clear on. I'm just giving them a rest because I've got also probably a hand surgery coming up or wrist surgery in May. So sometimes they don't like you to have nails on. So I'm just giving them a rest. Yeah. It's not going to throw off anything though with the streams. It's going to be fine. Yeah, I like teal and I haven't tried yellow though because I don't know if my skin really goes with yellow that well. It's one of those colors that I just don't wear unless it's kind of a golden, bright kind of yellow. But I will keep it in mind, Michi. I'll keep it in mind for the next time I do a fancy nail. Yeah. It could be quite lucky actually to have a yellow nail. It might be abundant and lucky. Yeah, could be. Yes. Hi Sungaya. What does Spirit want me to know regarding Kinu? Golden. Yeah, I like gold. I've had gold quite a few times and silver because my moon's in Leo, so I like sparkling things. Gold and glitter and diamantes and anything like that. That's Leo moons love all of that stuff. Champagne. Okay. What does Spirit want me to know regarding Canoe Reeves or just Canoe? Spirit wanting you to know. I'm getting an M initial for you. I don't know. An M initial. I don't know if there's an M around him or an M coming in around you. Yeah, champagne's nice. I like champagne glitter. Champagne gold. Okay, there seems to be a third party around him. I don't know if it's a mother-in-law, ex, or somebody that he's with, or somebody that is talking to, or some interference from a family member, sister even, or there's a male around him, unless that's him, fair male, somebody lighter than darker for their cultural background. He's going through some sort of a spiritual journey. I'm getting the word leveling up. That could also be you. You might be leveling up and expanding your soul, doing a physical and internal journey and learning some sort of lesson about this whole scenario, or he is doing some sort of spiritual growth. There's dark male underneath. So there's two men here. I don't know if he's bisexual or you've got two men there. You've got blonde female there as well. Somebody who wears a wig, blonde, red hair. It's like there's a third party that is distracting him or making this situation with him not live up to its full potential. So it could be platonic, family, or otherwise, if that makes sense. Oh, you're picking up my crazy twin flame X and canoe. Oh, okay. All right. Maybe you need to, you know, if they're both not working, maybe you need to just delete and block. Not that you haven't. Delete and block them and move forward. Yeah, could be something else. Yeah, not. I just met canoe. The fair male is crazy twin flame. Okay. Yeah, maybe you need to block that one. So that could be you having the triangle. So this other guy is still planted in your energy. Thank you for that. Any other super chats? Any other super chats going on? Hi, Mima. Is Cicely still here? Hi, Mystique. How are you? Welcome back. What's Jay up to? Intentions. Okay, Jay is still floating around. I don't know if he's quite funny. I'm just getting a sense of humor. Just got the word jaywalking. So maybe he's walking. What's his intentions? Look, I don't think he's going anywhere, but he thinks that you're going somewhere. You can feel that you're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can feel that you're on the way somewhere else. Yeah, on the way to something else or someone else. You know, he's there, Mystique, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be, you know, of interest to you moving forward. Like he really doesn't have anything to offer. You have to have a look at that. Like, it doesn't matter what his intentions are. It's like, well, what is he offering? Dark male, that's probably him. Not living up to its potential. Nothing. Limited potential. Shy, withholding. He just wants to have fun. He just wants to have fun. He wants to slot you into his fun and leisure time. That's what he wants to do. Short term, he knows that you're probably going to leave your city. And he just wants to slot you into his leisure time, which is very sporadic and not very often. Yeah, so you have to question yourself, what are you even bothering? Why are you bothering with this guy? Yeah, you know, he'll say whatever he wants to say to make you convinced. He's trying to protect his feelings. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Look, if he's got something better to offer, he'll offer it, you know, to stop you from going. But he's not. So he knows that you're going. So it's actually works better in his favor to have a casual relationship with you on your way out. He's going, yeah, I'm going to just tap this one, you know, on her way out. You know, it might be 6 months, a year, whatever, before she goes, or 3 months or whatever. And then, you know, too bad when she leaves. It's her decision. She's going. Yeah, I wouldn't believe or think about anything he tells you. Don't believe a word he says. Don't even care about it. No. Hi, Sungaya. What's up with Pisces? Waleed E. Okay, let's have a look at Waleed. I feel like this part of this guy, Waleed, is quite serious. He's a serious thinker. He's thinking about money a lot. He could be focused a lot on money. He could be focused a lot on career, finances, saving. He sees you as being mature, high society, a good connector, new love. Okay. He might feel like it's been destined that you're meeting, or a destined meeting. Or you're meant to meet. You know, he might be looking for a love. He could be looking for somebody mature, somebody that he feels is going to be a good partner moving forward, a destined love, as well as somebody who wants to grow together or make money together, and have a family. He could be family oriented, family focused, etc. And he's looking for that right person. So if it's not with you, then it could be with someone else, but that's what I feel like he might be looking for. All right. Hi, Amethyst Crystal. How are you? What do you see coming up for you? And what area would you like me to look at, Crystal? Or do you want a general, how many months? Yeah, Mystic, I wouldn't even question this guy, like, why is it engaging, not engaging? I'd block and delete him. Like, he just wants to tap you while he's there, you know? And that's it. Just look at it as, it's not even transactional, because he's not actually giving you anything. No. He's only giving you attention to get what he wants. That's all he's doing. Okay, 3 months. Crystal. Let's have a look. 3 months. Amethyst Crystal 777. 3 months. Oh, she said love. Oh. She has 3 here. Oh, love. Okay, got it. Thanks. Thanks, Venusian. Thanks. Is that 3 months or... Let's just say it is 3 months. All right. Love in the fast lane, 3 months. What's going on for Crystal? Love in the fast lane, 3 months. I'm getting a fast car. Getting like a red car. Somebody might be very interested in cars. They might drive a red car, or a fast car, a sports car. They could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Feel it's more of a Taurus, to be honest. Somebody on the external that may not look like they're very generous. Feeling like you have reached a wish coming true kind of phase of your life. You feel like, yes, you've got your ducks in a row to a certain point, and you feel like things are kind of working in your favor. In the recent past, you feel like you've kind of started to see things line up and wishes coming true, etc. You're wanting to go on a new journey. I do see you potentially traveling, or somebody traveling to see you or meet you, or you're going with somebody on a trip somewhere if you've got somebody there with you. There is a King of Rods around you. Could be Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, or Rising, who is putting a lot of energy into your life. There could be discussions with this person about moving or traveling, or moving in together, or traveling together somewhere. You could be traveling, planning a trip for summer or something like that. If this person hasn't come in, they will. Could be somebody in already. Responsibilities here, taking charge of things, responsibilities. I'm picking up New York around you. I don't know why. The person that you meet might get a job offer to go and work in a different state or city. Okay, there's legal contracts here. You're not going to go anywhere with anyone until that there's a legal marriage or engagement. And there's celebration coming up. So I don't know if you're going to a wedding. It could be a destination wedding or something like that, but you might be planning to go somewhere. And if you don't have anyone in your life right now, you could meet that person at this party, celebration, or wedding. Sort of moving in now into the summertime. Okay. All right. Oh, yes to everything. You're from New York. Excellent. Thank you for that. Most welcome. Yeah, you might meet somebody who, might be coming to New York for work, or you meet them in New York and they're going to get positioned somewhere else. They might get a job in another spot, taking them further afield. Yeah. Okay. And they might say, well, if it's serious, they could propose and say, let's get married and move together or something. Okay, Mystique, thanks for the 19 and the 5. May to May, and good things coming towards you. Okay, we're going to use the Coffee Cup Oracle, and thanks Venetian, all the validation. What's the good things coming towards you, and May to May for Mystique? Let's have a look, Mystique. Good things from May to May would be good, or in general. So let's have a look and see. Okay. You're wiser than you think you are. You've got the Whale here. You're wiser than you think you are. Yeah. Jumping card. So tap into that higher wisdom. I just feel like you're getting bored, Mystique. Like, why are we going around in circles back to this, like J's and, you know, it's like you get 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, or 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. It's like, keep the momentum going. And trust your daughter as well. Trust that she's on to something. And just, maybe she needs to kind of manage you in some way. Maybe take, you know, let go of control and let her be sort of like the manager of the business. Because I feel like she's got, you know, Aries are very good at sort of making things happen. Especially if you feel stuck. You need to shake things off, yeah. Because one thing will roll around to the next, and then you'll end up saying, oh, well, it's summer again and I'm here still, and, you know, all of that sort of stuff. So where do you want to be in summer? What do you want to be doing? Maybe you and your daughter will go and get your own apartment and just live there, and then work out what you're going to do with Airbnb or something. Yeah, I feel like you need to kind of help join forces and move forward. You know, none of this looping around business. None of this looping around, going back to base and then forward again, back and forward. None of this looping. Okay, this is the time for you to burn a candle. I just got the message, burn a candle. Get the candle ready for the new moon in Taurus. Well, what does your daughter say about finding a new job in June? Maybe the new job is Airbnb. Just try to work it out. You might go to New Orleans or something and get a house and rent out rooms. I don't know. You've got to try to get out of this pattern that you've been in cyclically, you know. It's not always has to be the same. Like, you don't always have to get a job for June. You could get the ball rolling in a different direction. You don't have to do anything. It's like nothing is set in stone. You can do what you feel is the right thing to do. Yeah, look at Venusian. I mean, she's just set up 2 businesses. She's often running in a new direction. She got rid of the old bosses, the greedy bosses from China. She got rid of them. Yeah. Sometimes you've got to just choose the best path that you can go on now. You know, it's not like wait and see. You're going to get some news in May. May is going to open up a new news opportunity to bring you more abundance and luck in June. So you could actually find a path to go down in June that is going to be more abundant. I just saw a job actually online in not in America for a party bus driver, and I was thinking of you. You don't want to be driving for someone else though. You want it to be your own business. Unless you go on and be a party bus driver for the experience. That could be a thing. And that's like, you know, they were advertising it for like $40 an hour, which I don't think is a lot of money, or $30 an hour US. So I don't think that's a lot of money, but it could be something good if there's enough hours in it, you know. So I'd be looking at other roles in different states that you can get your hands on. You know, there's big parties going on. There's big parties going on in the summertime, especially New Orleans. You can check out and see if it's in New Orleans because they've got their festivals, but definitely in Vegas. There's a lot of people that go to Vegas in summer for all the pool parties. You've got to position yourself somewhere that it's going to work, and forget about dating. Don't even think about dating. Like, don't even bother. Yeah, you've got abundant ideas coming in May and June. July looking like success. And your magic is paying off in August. So you're going to see reaping the rewards of your magic in August. September is survival and power. You know, worst case scenario is you go back to where you were driving in September for the school year. Worst case scenario. You've always got that back as a backup. And fears about survival and power. You've got to do your homework and your budgets, you know. You've got to work out your budgets. And also just be careful trusting men, because they could be wanting your money too, cunning and stealth, or just be trying to steal, you know, sexual favors from you for nothing. For nothing. Your mother might also try to manipulate you to do with your father, especially if he's not well or passes away. She might try to manipulate you to coming back or helping her or fund her life or something like that. So you've got to be ready for these things, you know. You've got to be ready, and you've got to be ready to make your moves and your decisions. By January, I do feel like you're going to be at a distant place, a distant shore, a distant location, and you're going to be settled. But your mother might try to come back and get you in March, April, and manipulate you back into her life in some way, you know, paying her. But she's already put you through the ringer with everything else. You know, she's already put you down as her credit person, and she's got your credit damaged, you know. So you can just not pay her anything at all, because she owes you, you know. Good things coming. No, you got to do a reality check, Mystique. Yeah, this is it. Triangle past love. They're all going to try to come back in again. The Gemini, you know, this J person, they're all going to try to control you, or whoever they are. It could be also the Sag as well. Yeah, you got to get your ducks in a row. Put the priorities in order. And that's how you're going to make something happen. You've got to go back to basics. You've got to do the foundation first upwards. Because nothing's going to happen if you keep dating guys. And if you keep chatting with these losers, nothing's going to happen. Nothing good is ever going to come out of it. It's going to keep you stuck in a cycle. That's the good things coming towards you, is that you're going to snap yourself out of it. All right. Thank you, Mystique. Sorry about that rant. Yeah, do a candle on the new moon or soon after the new moon. Yeah, weighing up the pros and cons. Write it all down. Write it all down. I see a pencil writing it down. Pencil with an eraser. Write it all down. Yeah. Write it all down and correct it if you need to. And Venusian says you do too much thinking and weighing pros and cons and make no movement. Yeah, the movement and the hustle is really what you have to do. And putting priorities in order. Priorities is not dating losers. Yeah. And business ideas, you can't do business unless you've got money. You don't want to start a business with loans. You want to start business with money, like cash. You know, I would never, ever get a car loan. Never. I did it once, never again. You don't get loans for things that depreciate in value or are not going to pay off. You want to get cash so then you can buy stuff and invest. So you can get cash by doing Airbnb, for example. That could be a launching pad. Do one business at a time. Can I get a money and career reading? Yes, absolutely, Amethyst. Yep, absolutely. Money and career. You got to start with one thing. One thing. One thing, Mystique. One thing. And don't tell them, says Venusian. Don't tell them, yeah. Well, you've got to save money. You know, you can hustle and work your jobs and save money. And don't give your parents money. They owe you money. You know, you could sue your mother and get money out of her because she's the one that took you to the cleaners. You've got to look at reality at how it is, not how you want it to be. Yeah, unfortunately, that's how we have to do it. And if it all gets too much, you've got to go back to basics. You've got to look after your health. Look after just the very basic stuff and then start from there. You can't be putting the balls in the air and flying high in the sky with all these ideas about businesses and this and that if you don't have the money to do it. You've got to do one step at a time, one business at a time. Choose one thing, and go to that one place. Whether it's in your city or outside the city, go to one thing. Yeah, and it shouldn't be as bad as getting away from your parents, you know. You have to choose the best thing. Alabama's may not be the right thing. You can't help other people. You've got to help yourself. You don't have the foundation to help other people. No. She should be also helping you. She's got the energy and drive to be able to work. When I was her age, I was working 3 jobs. I mean, what's happening to the, you know, people? When you're young and in your 20s, you've got the energy to work 3 jobs. You can just do it. Imagine how much money she can get. Yeah. Okay, sorry, Amethyst, got off track. Here we go, my dear. Amethyst, putting that energy in there for you. What's going on? Help yourself first, Venusian says. Absolutely, 1000%. Can I get a money and career reading? Your daughter can be helping you. You could be doing business with her, She doesn't need help. She's got her energy. She's got her youth. She can be doing what she needs to do. Okay, money and career for Amethyst. What's going on? What sort of, just to tune into your energy, Amethyst, what kind of career are you working in? Amethyst. Yeah. You can stop having discussions, Mystique, and just do stuff. Make decisions and do stuff. Yeah, you've been talking about this for years. Amethyst, career and money. Okay. It looks to me like after a lull, things are shifting into gear and wishes coming true, which is great. You could actually get a pay rise, promotion, advancement here. If you've got a male boss or a contract coming in through HR, something like that, it's looking really good. You've got more money coming in around you. Could be more hours, more money, more advancement. Fortune here, strength, looking really good. Something that you can handle extremely well. You can do it with your eyes closed. Is also what I'm getting. The circle, I'm just getting a circle. The ring of life is coming around to completion. So you feel like you've accomplished like a big cycle. You've accomplished a big sort of set of time, whatever that is. You've accomplished a big set of time and a big wheel. I'm just getting this wheel. It's like you're cranking the wheel. Could be that you get some sort of a longevity bonus if you've been there a certain period of time, like a year, 5 years, 10 years, something like that. You've been thinking about a change. What's the change about? You've been thinking about going somewhere else that pays more money. So you might actually do that in the end. You might feel like you're going to clock out of this place and go somewhere else or into another role, or having a change in your role, in your status, in your territory that is going to be more lucrative. You've been thinking about it and you might end up doing it. You could be guided to do it on the external here. There's new starts, new beginnings, big change with the death and the Ace of Pentacles coming out of it. So you might snap up, a nice carrot. You might be, snapping something out of the air that is going to be lucrative for you. You've been working hard for the money, hard for the hours. You've been striving, moving forward. There could be a meeting with a boss, meeting with a financial advisor. I'm getting super. In Australia, they say superannuation, which is the 401k. So you might be meeting somebody who is advising you to do something with this. It could be a contractual type of thing. So it could be a boss, it could be an interview, or it could be an advice from somebody that you already know. And it's going to give you freedom. I feel it's going to give you some sort of fortune and freedom. Yeah. So see what I mean, Mystique, when people, this is using you as an example, Amethyst. When people have worked something out, they do it, The thing is to work it out, to work it out, to work it out, to work it out, and then you do it. And then you get the benefits, you get the abundance, you get the wishes coming true. You work it out until you do it, and you have to work it out. This is the whole thing. It's not easy to work out. You have to see where is it best to put your energy. I could do a number of things, and I think, well, I could do tour guiding again. I could do this, I could do that, I could do interpreting. But I look at the benefits of it and the payout of it, and it's not as good as what I already have, Like, you have to weigh up the pros and cons. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's about what's worth your time and energy. That's what you have to look at all sides. Yeah, what's worth your time and energy, because it's only you that is putting your time and energy into it. You're not a charity, you're not a leaky boat and a charity. You're not there to give. You're not working in a soup kitchen. Yep, so that's really how you have to do it. Thank you, Amethyst, for the feedback. You look at all sides, exactly. Oh, this year your 401 kicks in. Excellent. And if you get made an offer, by somebody, that a partnership or whatever, that's not worth your time and energy, you just have to say no. And that goes for love, that goes for business, it goes for anything. You just have to say no, thank you. No, thank you. That's not serving me. No, thank you. It's not what I'm looking for. Sometimes it's spiritual growth to get you to a financial goal. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one, Venusian. Yeah. It often, sometimes we've got to do a reset. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Thank you. I like your name. It's so lovely. Thanks for joining. Yeah, from New York. Thank you. Thank you. We have a lot of East Coasters, don't we? Yeah. Oh, we've got quite a few people also in the Midwest, and some in California, some in Arizona and Nevada. Any last calls, anybody? I will leave the chat open, so if something comes in sneaks in, and also Australia too. We've got Australians and the UK. Can't forget them. If you do have somebody, if somebody slips in last minute, we've got the chats open. I'll leave it open for a certain time frame. Yep. Just in case, because there is a delay in the live. There is a delay. And I have, the UK people often do pre-orders because they can't do the live at this time. But sometimes they're, up late, early, whatever it might be. But it is a good time to do the thing because, last call, I like the phone, the red phone. Thanks, Venusian. Thank you, Michi. Thank you so much. Okay, what do your ancestors, spirit guides want you to know? You got on the podcast next week. Be on the lookout for the episode end of month in May. What podcast is that, Venetian? Yeah. Did you decide to go to Mexico in the end or not? You've got a lot going on. You might segue into the, your new businesses and stuff. Travel business. Okay, what do your ancestors need you to know? Thanks, Amethyst. Got your 5. Thank you so much. Let's have a look for you, Mystique. What do your ancestors need to know? Okay. It feels like you don't have any support, but they are supporting you from the other side, is what I'm getting. It also feels to me like you would have done well living back in time. They're giving me an idea of living back in time, living in a different generation, a different time frame, a different century even. Okay, they're giving me a big hook with a fish. It's like you need to bait the hook to reel the fish in, and you need to, it's something like it needs to be set and put into action. Somebody could have also been a fisherman in the ancestry line, and I'm always getting drawn to the Caribbean for you, so I'm not sure if they're in the Caribbean or they were in the Caribbean, but there's something to do with the water in the Caribbean and fishing and reeling in a big fish. So it might be that you need to be near the sea, the ocean, not so much lakes, but oceans. So it could be, you might feel blessed and in sync with things in Louisiana or somewhere down south. There could be an element there for the water, an element there for positivity. You also have to watch the energy there too. Some people go to Louisiana or New Orleans and they find the voodoo too much for them, because you might get some people who are, not wanting any competition. It's the fact that you need the cash. Yeah, the big fish is baited, the hook's baited to be reeled in. So the bait could be definitely the cash. So saving up the cash, now that you've paid off the car note, that's done. Don't get any other loans for anything. Don't even bother with any loans. Don't bother with business loans. Just go for the money, the cash. And between you and your daughter, you should be able to come up with enough cash to be able to run an Airbnb business, starting small, moving out, moving up, moving on, expanding. starting, one house at a time, one house at a time, and moving on out. She can work 3 jobs, you can work 1 job, and you can run your Airbnb. You don't need any money. It's like paying rent. Yeah. Yeah, you can live there, you can rent out the rooms, you can expand, and off you go. Yeah. Don't do any loans. She won't get a loan. She's too young. She doesn't have any history, They're not going to give a 21-year-old loans, business loans, unless it's a large percentage, like 17%. You don't need a loan. You need to act. You need to get moving, Young people can make money. Get her to go out and make some money. Aries have the energy. They can be doing different jobs. Where were you at her age? What were you doing? I was working 3 jobs. I was working a job sometimes till 3 in the morning, and then I'd come back and start at 6 a.m. Yeah. So young people have the energy to work jobs. That's why they're young. Okay. And you save the money and you go from there. She could get also babysitting job I'm picking up, cash in hand. Okay, amethyst crystal, messages from spirit for you. Be better off just putting furniture on a credit card, You don't need loans to buy furniture. You put furniture on credit cards, if anything. But you're going to pay it off. She has 2 jobs, but they're not treating her very well. Too bad, Too bad. She's got to do it. She's got to get in there for the money or get another job. Yeah, look, life is not easy. Until it is. It's not easy until it is. Okay, amethyst crystal, messages from spirit. Why am I getting twins around you? Twin babies, twins in the family, twin boys, or a boy and a girl. There's definitely 1 boy in there. Babies. You're looking to get married and have a baby. There's definitely some babies in spirit for you, or twins around you, twin energy. And I feel like where you are, there's a path of gold opening for you. You could even have a child or babies who are in the media or the public eye, or do commercials or something, or are big on social media. But I'm getting babies. There's going to be more opportunities popping up where you are in New York. There's going to be more opportunities. A lot of opportunities popping up. I'm also getting, there's also a reference to Miami or to southern Florida. So I don't know if you're going up and down, or you're going to have 2 properties eventually, or you're going to live in both states, or you're going to be with somebody who has a property down there. I'm getting somebody maybe connected to finance. Finance. Investments, finance, property development. Accounting even. But they've got big clients. I'm also seeing tennis and tennis courts. So I don't know if you play tennis, or you meet somebody at a tennis court, or they play tennis, but there could be a link there with tennis. Oh, that's life, Mystique. That's life. Yeah, that's life. She can't just sit and hope. She's got to do, you know. Aries is about action. She's got to do, not sit and hope. She's got to come up with her own business then and just do it. Between you and her, the 3 jobs, you should be able to have enough money to be able to do this Airbnb. There should be nothing stopping you now, you know. Well, where's the, you know, well, there should be enough money then if she's working like crazy. It could be the location. They're not paying enough in the location where you're at. You know what I mean? You might need to go somewhere else to make better money. I don't know, I'm just, yeah. Maybe she should do a career question with me and I'll have a look at a chart. 15,000 for what? For furniture? When you're done taping, oh, Venusian will tell us when she's done taping. She'll let us know. Thanks, Venusian. Yeah, you don't want any evil eyes on you. Absolutely. Yep. Good, good, good. Good idea. You can even do it. Put the link in the comments at some point if you want, after it's done. I feel like that's it. I feel like the tennis was the last message for you, Amethyst. I feel like that's it. Unless you want another question. She should have gone into estate sales. Most welcome, Amethyst, most welcome. I don't know, I get your daughter something like a promoter. She might get better money being a promoter at a nightclub or something. Yeah. And it might not be in your city. But, you know, I'd have to have a look at a chart. Hi, LB, how are you? Yeah, I was very upset when the Pope died. I really liked this Pope. He was one of the best ever. Do you know who is a candidate for the next popes? Do we know who the candidate is? I haven't actually tuned into it. Do you want to do a super chat, L, as well, for yourself? But let me know about the candidates. How do you get things going? You sell what you don't need. You save what you need to save, and you make a decision that this is the plan and this is where we're going and what we're doing. You know, you pick one place and you make the plan. So if this place where you're at now is not a good place for Airbnb, there's not enough going on, you're going to find somewhere that's better for Airbnb and parties and fun and tourists and all of that. And you go there and you find out, you know, you find out what to do there. It could be Nashville, you know, it could be anywhere people travel to and go. You know, it could be Nashville, could be anywhere that you feel is a good place to be. You can buy secondhand furniture, you don't need to buy everything new. You can buy stuff that's secondhand. You can buy stuff from Goodwill. You can, you know, there's a whole heap of stuff you can buy that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg once you get there. You know, people throw stuff away in America all the time. You know, they sell stuff on Facebook, you know, pages and communities and, you know, to pick up, and Facebook Marketplace and all of that sort of thing. A lot of church groups give stuff away to people. You could say you're a single mother, you're with your daughter, and, you know, you'd appreciate any group, you know, group help. A lot of people have a lot of money and they don't know what to do with stuff, you know. So you can find charities, you can find people to give you stuff, you can find things, but the thing with you, you need to make up your mind where you're going, what the plan is. There's no men here. You don't worry about men. You and your daughter, you're going to do it together or you're not. Where are you going to go? You pick one place and you make a move there. You rent something and you do the Airbnb. You work out, okay, this is how you do it. You're going to do your Airbnb business. You're allowed to do it there. It's all above board. You've got the LLC or whatever you need set up. And both of you go out and you're going to get 2 or 3 jobs each. You know, you're going to get 2 or 3 jobs each and you're going to make it work. And then you're going to get another property and do an Airbnb and another one, you know. So there's no crying over, oh, she's, you know, too young and they're not giving her enough money or whatever. Well, it could be the location, it could be the competition, it could be because they can take advantage of her because of her age. You know, it's experience, it's job experience. So she has to go into these jobs saying what she wants and getting it, you know, dictating to what she wants. Well, you have to work out, Mystique. You haven't decided yet. Is Vegas a yes or a no? You've got to either eliminate it or open it. You've either got to decide on Vegas or not decide on Vegas. If it didn't really work for you, you can just say, look, no, not really feeling Vegas. I'm going to choose somewhere else. No loans. Absolutely no loans. You're right, Michi, yeah. Your daughter did mention Tennessee, but it has to be somewhere that's touristic, where there's people that come in for the night, for work, for business. Or you look somewhere they have businesses, like in North or South Carolina. There's a lot of cities or towns there that have a lot of tech businesses and stuff, people coming in and out all the time, staying at hotels. And a place where not everyone is staying at hotels, maybe the city you're in now, everyone comes in and stays at hotels, like Super 88 and, you know, all of those chains and everything. The Hamptons Inn and all of that. A lot of those hotels are very reasonable. Okay, let's have a look at Amethyst Crystal. Thanks, Elle. I'll have a look at the candidates in a minute. Please tell me about my ex-husband's plans. You know, and if your daughter comes up with these shooting in the dark ideas, oh, she might want to go to Tennessee. Well, why does she want to go to Tennessee? And where in Tennessee? Tennessee's a poor state. You know, it's not a rich state. You've got to work out what the hell you're doing in Tennessee. Yeah, what is she doing in Tennessee? The techies are there, yeah, I think it's North Carolina, exactly. All the engineers, the techs, all of them. Okay, let's have a look and see. Amethyst Crystal, your husband's, ex-husband's plans. Your ex-husband's plans. Ex-husband's plans. What's the ex-husband doing for Crystal? Ex-husband. I'm getting the word bored. I think he's bored with something. He wants his freedom. Maybe he's wanting freedom from the children, or freedom from children, freedom from child payments or something like that. He's childlike. Maybe he's got Peter Pan syndrome, looking at the world through childlike eyes. Looks like he's got this blonde female around him. Maybe that's why it came up in your reading before. Blonde, red hair, or wears a wig. He's got family on his back, so he could be also supporting family. He's looking for a true love or a new love, soulmate. And he might have been keeping a low profile over winter, and he might come out with a new job, a new love, or soulmate situation moving forward. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, L, I'm not sure about the candidates. Lewis from Philippines is another. Peter Turkson, thanks Venusian. San Francisco says Michi about something, the techies. One Italian, a Filipino, an African. Ooh, Francis made appointments around the globe for cardinals. Okay, I feel it could be an African one. I'm getting African or Asian even. African or Asian potentially. There might be some new candidates, and not Filipino so much. I feel it's more like Vietnamese or something like that. Yeah, I'm not getting any. It could be African. African. Let's have a look and see if we've got any initials. Any initials for the new Pope coming up? Cardinal. He'll be well loved. Any signs are simple to got a Q and a B. Could be somebody African. Q, like Quinton. B. Let's get two more initials. 3 wanted to come out. Got a U, V, and an N. Could be from Uganda, if there's somebody in Uganda. wonder if there's somebody in America. Nevada. Could be somebody in America. Canada, Quebec, Brazil. They've already had a South American, but you just don't know. Brazil, or a country in Africa that starts with B. There's a lot of Africans in Brazil. There's that country in Africa that starts with B, or the city. Botswana. What else do we have? Djibouti, that's got a strong B in it. B. But I think Djibouti might be Muslim. I don't know. B. Could be from a city or a town in Africa starting with B. There's one in South Africa. There's another one in Mali. Oh, Burkina Faso is what I was thinking of. Yeah. Anyone from Canada? Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Okay. Yeah, it could be from anywhere, to be honest, Elle. Like, you just don't know who's going to make the cut. Yeah, Mystique, you told us she'd be good in Vegas or Texas. Well, it's up to you. You have to look at where you're going to be good in, not where she's going to be good in. And you've got to look at where you want to go, you know. And also your astrology in Tennessee isn't any good. It's not any good where you are. You know, east of where you are is no good. You've got to look at west of Louisiana and west of Louisiana. You've got a lot of states there. You've got probably about 20 states at least. Bigger states than the eastern states, but nevertheless. You have to go to where you feel drawn to. You've got to really tap into it, you know. You're meant to be an intuitive. You should be tapping into where you feel drawn to. And don't let other people sway you, sway your feeling on it. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at any last calls, anybody? Any last calls? Sorry, I'm a bit hard on you today. Mystique, but no, really, we have to stop going in circles. Yeah. And especially with this Jade person. He's the last person we want to hear about, honestly. It's like, he's just in for it for his own benefit. There's bigger fish to fry and there's better things to be thinking about than him. Any super chats, Elle? Anything you'd like to say before I close? I'm going to leave it open for half a minute and then we'll close. But thank you all for joining. I truly appreciate it. There was an all signs at the beginning, Aries to Pisces for the new moon energy in Taurus for May. And thank you, Michi. Thank you, Mystique. Thank you, Elle, for coming. Thank you, Venusian. Thank you, Amethyst Crystal. Thank you, Cicely. Cicely was here under a different alias. And anyone else that might have popped in. How do I, Mystique, thank you for the 5. How do I make the mum needed without staying exhausted? The money. Oh, thank you, Michi. I truly appreciate that. I'm going to click the signs. Okay. How do I make the money needed without... Well, you have to work less for more money, or work in jobs that pay you more money, or situations that pay you more money, or get your daughter to do the work. Get her to go out and do the jobs, and you can look after the Airbnbs and just do one job. Any message we need to know for Mystique about being exhausted? Let's have a look. They don't pay enough. That's why you have to have your own business, but you have to save money to have your own business. Yeah. Starting fresh, launching something new that you're passionate about, and listening to your intuition, inner calling, and higher wisdom, and working out where is the, because in America everyone's doing everything, so you have to also look at the competition and see what everyone else is doing. Are there too many Airbnbs somewhere? You might find a different angle in something. You might do student accommodation, or rent out rooms to students or something. Sometimes you've got to think outside of the box. If you're not equipped to do that, that's what an entrepreneur has to do. If you're not equipped to do that, then you've got to get a better job and work for other people for better money, or work in a job that pays, is paying tips, and work somewhere that has good tips. If you're good with people, put yourself in a position where you're getting tipped. If you're good with people, like in person, like being a karaoke host or this or that, put yourself in a position where you're getting tips. Even in a restaurant, or being a hostess of something. She can't let that, it's really not your problem, Mystique. It's her problem. She has to work it out. She's got to work it out, how to navigate that. There can't be age discrepancies if people are hiring. It's about, a person's capabilities and experience. They can't hire somebody because they're 21 because they can pay them less. They have to legally hire them because they're the person for the job. She shouldn't be telling people how old she is. Leave that off the resume. Young people get discriminated against, and old people get discriminated against when it comes to hiring. I don't know what the rules are in the US, but in Australia, that you don't have to put your birth date on anything. They can hire you on, what they think, but if they look at your college graduation year, they might work it out. You don't have to put anything in there. You can just put college graduate with such and such a degree. Don't put the year in. Yeah, the pay rate is rough. Yeah, so if the pay rate's rough, you've got to work out an entrepreneurial way of doing it. You've got to work out to work for yourself, you know, but you don't get the benefits. You know, there's pros and cons with everything. You don't get the benefits so much as working for other people. You might not get the medical, you know, you don't get this and you don't get that, the 401ks and all of that sort of thing. So there's pros and cons in everything. Yeah, and there's going to be inappropriate treatment if you work for other people. It's you know, unfortunately, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, everyone. Well, maybe you need to put your health first. You have to go back to basics, Mystique. Yeah. Often you've got to go back to basics and put your health first. And that's how it is. Yeah. Sometimes you've got to reel it back and stop giving money to your parents. Stop giving money to people that don't deserve it, that they've ripped you off in the past. Yeah, just stop all of that. You could be saving all of that money. That's where it's leaked out. You've given money to people that haven't deserved it, that have taken advantage of you, and that they've put you up on their credit score. You can't be caretaking and looking after everybody. You've got to look after yourself first, and then you can look after other people. But you've got to get to a point where you really can do it. You know, not not halfway. You've got to feel very comfortable to be able to look after other people. You've managed to raise a family of lots of children. So why is it that you can't manage your life? You know. And if all of the, you know, if you can't do anything by yourself, just look for a husband, any husband, somebody who has money, who's retired, who's got money, of any background. Just look for somebody who's a husband and go for that. Get a husband to work with you. If you can't do it by yourself, get yourself a husband. You know, some women can't do anything by themselves. They need a husband, you know. So if that's you and you know that's you, well, if you don't have a voice in your family, get your own voice somewhere else. I mean, there's no use complaining. You've got to look at the reality for what it is. And you might need psychotherapy to get your power back, you know. You just might. So, you know, if you've tried everything, it's not working, you might need psychotherapy. You know, nothing else is going to work. And it takes time, you know, psychotherapy takes time. If you don't have a voice in your family, stop paying them money. Why are you paying them if you don't have a voice? Insurance, you're paying insurance. Why is it that expensive? When I was in America, I only paid $200 a month. Well, if you need a husband, go somewhere where you can find one. Yeah, if you can't find one where you are, you've got to go further afield. You know, what do you care about what your sisters think? They're not there living with your parents. Your mother's already taken advantage of you. Yeah, but I'm sure you'll work it out, Mystique. You've just got to use the tools that you know that you can get to work it out. Okay, is anyone else wanting a super chat? We've got quite a few people still in. Any last calls, anyone? Well, stop fighting. If it's stressful fighting, stop. Have a great day too, Michi. Have a great day. You don't have to fight. Just stop fighting. Okay. All right, everyone. Lots of love and blessings. I'll see you very soon, probably in a couple of days' time. And we'll start with super chats, pre-orders, and see you around the new moon, everyone. Lots of love and blessings. Until then, ciao for now.